Hello, and welcome back to Chrono-Rogue, Timepunk Adventure. I am Kyle Shantz Hilton, the storyteller, and these are my intrepid adventurers. Say hello, intrepid adventurers!
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Last time that we played, the party faced a dangerous crabman monster, and we had some spiritual encounters with a lost relative, and now they are planning on going to visit the Collegium to see what possible clues they can follow there. We'll start there. Dawn breaks, and light streams in through the windows, waking you guys up. You hear the distant crash of water, and you hear several roosters crowing from various rooftops nearby, which kind of is probably odd to some of you, being that you grew up on chronoliths or have never experienced anything like a live chicken before in your life. Danica, as you wake up and push the covers back, you see a rooster just sort of like hop down onto the railing and go and just hop a few times.
Good morning, I suppose.
It looks at you and kind of like...
Magda, is this chicken yours?
You hear a voice from downstairs. What? What is he doing up there?
Oh, I really don't know. Is he breakfast or?
She says, "Are you decent? Can I come in?"
Oh, yes.
She opens the door, sort of waddles in. She goes, Shoo! Go back to the roof. I will feed you later.
Oh, thank you, Magda, so much.
Oh, no problem. Are you in need of breakfast then?
Oh, yes, please, of course. What do you have today? Do you have a menu or?
I can put a menu if you want, or I can just get you something. There's a lot of fresh ingredients around here. Do you like breakfast food, or do you prefer something lighter or heavier first thing in the morning? I heard Robbie muttering in his sleep about coffee, so I'm assuming that he wants coffee.
Yes. Well, truly, Magda, you've been so kind and so hospitable. I absolutely trust your instincts. Just give us whatever, the catch of the day, if you will.
Oh, so fish. Okay. I will get you some fish. She heads out and heads down the stairs. The rest of you, do you feel like you're early risers or late risers?
Early.
Late.
I think Kestrel's also a late riser, and she had agreed to kind of sleep at Robbie's door previously. So anyone who goes to check on Robbie might actually open the door and encounter like a thud as it knocks into Kestrel's legs.
Okay. I'm guessing that probably would be more of a Walsh thing to check on. Maybe a Danica thing, I'm not sure.
I honestly think Danica would follow Magda downstairs and ask for her clothes, right? Because she's still in the robe that was provided, and her clothes were being washed.
Yep. Magda lays out your clothes for you, and there's a downstairs room you can use to change if you want to. She says, I have prepared a bath for you if you wish. Extra bubbles.
Yes. Perfect. Yes, absolutely. And Danica will go take a bath.
Alright. Should I go wake up the others?
Oh, yes, if you would. I'll be ready very soon, and I think we're going to the Collegium today.
Yes, the Lumen Collegium. Very, very, well, there's a lot of students. They don't wait. They're running around all the time. They'll get in your way.
Good to know.
So she heads up the stairs, creakily, and raps on Walsh's door first. Walsh?
Yeah.
It's Magda.
Oh.
Danica is up already. Do you want some breakfast, or do you not eat, or what?
Not this early. Thank you, though.
All right. Do you want coffee or tea or water?
It's too early for me to be polite, so apologies if it's rude. Is the coffee good, or is it kind of shitty?
No, I import it from a very good timeline.
Okay, yeah, coffee would be amazing. You're amazing. Thank you.
All right. Then she goes over to Robbie's door and raps on it lightly.
No, from my dead body.
Hey, yeah.
Magda,
a little bit trapped in here.
Magda, like, sort of springs back from the door, goes, what?
Who is it?
It's Magda, the owner of the building.
Good morning.
Do you, are you on the floor in there?
Maybe. Allegedly. Okay, not anymore. Opens the door.
Oh, I was wondering if you and, Robbie want breakfast or, anything at all.
Coffee.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do you have coffee?
Yes, I have coffee.
Thanks, dear.
All right, I'll go make coffee. You come down when you're ready.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Are you going to be doing this normally?
Well,
I tried to get her to sleep in the bed, but, like, she didn't wanna or something. I don't know, maybe she just passed out before she remembered that I did that invitation, but that was okay. So, I mean, platonically.
One of my husbands used to get drunk, go out and sleep next to the goats. Never came in. Every night. Get drunk, go out, sleep with the goats.
Yeah, not really like that, but...
Well, I don't have any goats.
I don't have any husbands.
Well,
I'll see how I'm feeling tonight. Someday. Yeah, set achievable goals, Robbie.
Yeah, if I don't get, like, killed or whatever.
Okay. So she departs, heads downstairs, prepares those of you who wish for breakfast, and prepares some delicious coffee for everyone else. You guys reconvene at various levels of awakenedness down in the common room.
Is it cool if I just, like, crack a window and smoke here in here? Is that fine?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah, you crack a window and start smoking. She says, those are interesting. Haven't seen those in a very long time.
No shit?
No, I mean, it's, I'm here a lot, and they do pipes.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like a spooky story kind of thing. With the pipes. I don't know.
Yes, very masterpiece theater, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, those of you who wish, eat breakfast. And are you guys gonna talk first or just head out?
Kestrel kind of shovels down to people helping, like 2 full plates. So her mouth is kind of full, but she's like up for chatting. At some point between bites, she'll be like, "So, I was kind of only there for like half that conversation. Is everyone okay? You all good?"
Absolutely. And Danica's just like digging in. She's like, "Oh, there's poached fish and a little pot, just simply mounted. Absolutely, it's very unique."
I'm not messing around.
Pulls a little fishbone out of her mouth and just gently puts it on the side of the plate. Yeah, absolutely, I'm absolutely fine. Not a problem.
Excellent. Well, are you staying tonight as well? Are you planning?
The party, is it tonight?
It is, but you know, some people Some people don't stay, they stay until their job is done and then they take off, but you're more than welcome to stay as long as you wish.
Might be a good idea to plan to be here tonight, just in case.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. As you wish.
I mean, I like it here. Never had fish before.
Oh, yes. If you walk outside, you're going to smell the fish everywhere. I put in some air filters so it doesn't stink inside the house, but I can't really air filter the entire timeline outside, sorry.
He glances towards the window that he's sitting in. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's alright. The air within the building is contained.
So what do we do with this, what's it, like a fancy university or something?
Yes, the Lumen Collegium, it's, they discovered electricity way sooner than they were supposed to. So, and also some rudimentary automaton technology. So they're pretty advanced, not compared to you, but compared to what most people would expect in other timelines of similar aptitudes. So.
And we've seen two connections so far, right? Lorenza apparently was studying at the Collegium.
She was.
And also our barnacle friend was, we found some papers on his desk related to the Collegium.
Well,
so,
perhaps
someone there.
Perhaps there is a teacher who would be able to help you, or you find out where this person was, if they had a dorm room or something. Though she lived in the city, so I'm guessing she still stayed at home, but she could have a workspace, depending.
Yeah, that guy said something about who she was studying under, right? Like, Isabella and Deary?
Mistress Indira Katiri.
Isabella Indiri is the,
Isabella Indiri.
Yes, is the headmistress. And if Lorenza was a favorite student, it is very likely that she worked for directly under the headmistress.
Isabella Indiri, is that correct?
Yes. She's a powerful person. Don't try to bullshit her too much, unless you're really good at lying.
We should probably work on our cover story, huh?
Oh. Yes. What would be credible for us, for a group like ours?
You could claim to be working for her family. You could be fellow academics who are interested in her line of work. You've heard about it, and you just want to find out more about it.
Oh.
Or you work for the city and you're investigating her death, maybe. Or disappearance.
I think for her family, that seems to give the widest latitude for hiring a group of perhaps not entirely expected new hires.
Yes. So she worked, she lived with the Amontillagos. Yes, I think, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know much about them, do you?
No.
Adala is the queen of that house, as it were, the lady. She was a merchant's daughter, and I think I've heard the rumor that she was actually raised by a chrono-rogue in this actual timeline. But I don't know too much about it. Her husband is Michaelis. He, from what I understand, used to be an orphan on the streets, and I do not know exactly where he got his fortune. But It's possible that someone set him up, or he did something. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
And then there are two daughters, Udena and Rasmela. Udena is she's in her teens. Don't know very much about her. I know Rasmela is a very sweet young girl, and I know that they're looking for a tutor for her. I think they were having Lorenza do it, but now that she is gone, they are going to be looking for a tutor. If you need an inn at that particular house, it's possible.
What kind of tutor, do you know?
General academics and primer training, as it were. You know, she has to eventually be a lady, so which fork goes where, put the book, and then the urn, and then another book on the head, and then the child does a little, they walk. Oh, did they make you do that, Danica?
Some of that, yes, along with some other things.
I'm very sorry. I will get extra booze as memories are,
thank you.
You know.
Danica, how are you with kids?
Oh, me? With kids?
Yeah.
You mean,
like
teens.
us, only smaller.
I don't have much experience with children, to be honest. I'm the youngest of my family, and to be honest, I was always the baby of the group.
It
all right, so
comes
maybe
together.
If need be, how you feel about being a teacher?
Oh, well, I don't know whether I could really pass as a working woman of that kind. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know what you mean.
Maybe I could try on you. Do your lessons, young Walsh, or I will have to discipline you and tell your parents.
Kestrel falls out of her.
Magda goes, "Oh, yes. Very, very stern. You're growing tweed elbow patches as you speak right now."
Thank you. I do have, yes. So if we were... It's just going to be hard to reconcile all of the different stories we're telling. So if we were from an uncle who perhaps had an inheritance that would be passing to Lorenza, and we were looking for her, but we weren't necessarily pretending to be connected to the Amontillagos, because that would fall apart immediately, right?
That's a good call.
Or we could pretend to be tutors of some sort, looking for more information about the scholarly information. I mean, what about you, Walsh? You have some genuine interest in scholarly pursuits, don't you?
That's true, but something tells me that I wouldn't be the guy for the prim and proper curtsying and bullshit training.
Well, perhaps it could be a double act then. You do we come together as a pair. You do the actual teaching, and I handle deportment.
That's not a bad idea. I remember my gran used to talk about this old, ancient, I don't know, television series, something like that. She was always going on about, what was she calling it? HGTV. That's in my mind somewhere. She's always going on about Chip and Joanna. That was their name. This ancient. They were craftsmen, I think, who would go in and do the tag team, like a good carpenter, bad carpenter kind of deal. I think we can pull it off.
Carpenter.
Wonderful. And of course, you, Kestrel, could be the arms and defense teacher, of course. and Robbie, music is the ornament of any young lady's education.
Yeah, I mean, I could do music.
This is great. This is fantastic. Kestrel kind of props herself back up on the spear and like hops back up into her stool or chair. And I'm like, sure, I'll try to teach the kid to fight. I'll just not mention the fact that I'm 5.
You're 5 years old? Oh, right, you said that. You don't look 5.
No. It's a technicality. Age is just a number.
Oh, right.
That's right.
All right. So you guys have a loose plan, as it seems, for the party tonight. And you're just gonna head over to the college. And do you have a plan for there? Like, you're gonna say that you're fellow academics, or hired by the family?
Academics. Hired by the family.
About to be hired by the family.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like going to look for Lorenza's stuff to bring back to the house, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would like to be as prepared as we can for the job interview. Of course, I'm sure the Montiagos are very picky about the tutors that they choose, so we want to be able to pick right up where Lorenza left off.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so yeah, you guys finish up eating. You assemble your gear. Magda says, "Do you want some more scholarly robe type situations? I might have some."
It'd be amazing. You're amazing. Right. We love you, Magda.
Oh, it's okay. It's a service. I don't want you guys running around and looking out of place. Then people start talking, and then next thing you know, a chronolith sends an inquisitor here, and old Magda has to, leave a timeline, and I have back problems.
No, we would never want to shoot risk. Of course not like that. Oh, and I pull out of my pocket. How do the pheromones work? Because I did purchase some pheromones on the station before we left.
Okay.
I can see that there's some advantage to that, but
which pheromones did you get?
Good pheromones.
So, they add damage, I believe.
Okay.
Let me just look them up real fast.
And I got a basic background story, which I think we've developed now.
Yes. So good pheromones, you get plus 1d10 damage dice to your social rolls, and while they're applied, you get plus 2 to your charm rolls.
Excellent. So we are a team of tutors.
Okay.
Aiming to make an entry into the competitive noble market of Bankari. Is that our plan?
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds awesome.
Can I use my dossier to get information about an NPC on this mission?
You can, if you want to. You can do it retroactively, just say, this is the person. Once you encounter them, you're like, oh, this is the person I researched. And you'll get a bonus. Or you'll give someone a bonus. Usually whoever's doing the most talking, I've found. All right. So you guys get ready, head out. Are you visibly armed still? I mean, I know Kestrel is.
Is it, can the rogue go over?
Is it a short spear?
No.
So, probably not. Unless you bought some kind of way of... Unless you bought a mod that, makes it collapsible or something. If you didn't, then it's okay. You can just say that you're, the bodyguard of a noble, if anyone questions you. You could be Danica's bodyguard.
Yeah, if anyone asks me on the street, that could be that. But it goes along with our backstory of being friends. So, I think that's a good plan. But no, I didn't buy. I'm kicking myself. Collapsible would have been a really great thing for this spear.
Could I ask Magda where a good city would be that we could, like a faraway city that we would, be able to say that we came from rather than from time and space?
Let's see. The city has recently gotten over a war with the Franco-Albion Empire. So no France and no Britain. You could say that you are from Gale, though. That is Scotland. They have had they had a revolution and won independence. They are still at odds with Albion, but they are not at all enemies of Venkari.
Perfect. Thank you so much about that.
No problem.
Hey, you guys want me to see if I can find if there's any, like rumors or anything about Lorenza before we go?
Yeah, that could be really helpful, yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
More information, better.
All right. Robbie will use word of mouth to try and see if there are any rumors concerning Lorenza that are, I guess, kind of in the spirit of the city.
Okay. So, how does this, what does this look like? Are you going onto the street and playing a little music?
Yeah, I think if he can get maybe some sort of not super obvious, like, musician type. What would a musician in this era wear? Like, something that's not glaringly, like, 80s goth rocker.
Right.
So that he can go out and we'll take Magda's guitar and just sit out for a minute and try and...
So it's, like, slightly better than Doublet and Hose, in terms of, like... in terms of your garb. So you look a little like you're in a bit of a Shakespeare play.
All right.
You have like a long coat. That's the it's not like quite a full doublet, but you have like a long coat Magda gives you. She says, do you want black, blue, or gray?
Yeah, black. Yeah.
Okay.
Always black.
Have you worn this in the sunlight in Venkari before?
I have
Robbie,
never been...
I'm just saying, you look a little pasty. Like you haven't seen sunlight.
Yeah, that's on purpose. Like,
no, I am not. I am not judging. I'm just saying that when you go out there, you are going to burn, and the dark fabric is going to absorb into you, and you are going to hate your life.
Yeah.
So maybe gray or lighter color might be.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it. Like, don't tell nobody though.
Your rep is safe with me.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be talking to anybody from 1985. Anyway, but
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, baby, you never know.
You are my first, I have to say. Everyone I've encountered says that the 80s had the best music.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know what comes after, but it can't possibly be as good.
Someone said something about bop and a lot of bops. There was a lot of bopping in the 90s, apparently.
Oh, that... Great.
So are we talking about classical music?
No?
Possibly.
I don't know. I don't know how long ago is long ago for you. But yeah, let me see what I can find out.
Bop. Well known.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Great. That's so great.
You got any sunscreen for the pasty? Wonderful musician.
She gives you some sunscreen to put on your face.
Thanks, Mom.
You guys head out and start heading towards the Collegium. The first thing that hits you is the smell of fresh fish, and less than fresh fish that seems to pervade the city streets as you make your way north and west. The sun is bright in the sky. It's a brilliant blue day. There are a few clouds. You don't see any sign of further ship attacks out in the harbor, though you do see that they've created a little defensive line in case the Raptor Queen comes back. You continue on. You hear various people shouting for their wares. You see soldiers walking the streets, still a little tense. None of them really pay you too much mind. And you find a nice corner sort of within the area of the Collegium for Robbie to use his ability. So, Robbie, you set down your case and open it, and you start playing the lute, an instrument that you understand the fundamentals of. And then you're using your power. So you're just looking, basically, what Lorenza meant to the city kind of thing?
Yeah, if her name is on anyone's mouth, I want to use Malarkey to encourage them to tell me.
Okay.
Basically.
A young kind of chubby student. He's got a little beard starting. He's wearing some thick optics, and he's got a short, curly, dark hair. Walks up to you and he says, Are you looking for information on Lorenza?
I heard she was, a real popular name around here, and something bad happened to her.
She is wonderful, or was. Yes, she was working on something amazing, some kind of harmonic musical device, something that she claimed could see far off.
Something musical?
Yes.
That sounds incredible. Where you think she had that at?
She has the prototype of her experiments are at the Collegium. The headmistress will know. She got her own private space, but none of us knew where it was. I'm assuming she had a key or something, so it's probably all locked up.
You mean, when you say see far off, do you mean in the other lands or into the future?
He looks around, he says, I heard the rumor that she could see into another place entirely. Somewhere vast and infinite.
Oh.
Some of my friends said, though, that it was probably some kind of psychedelics that she was taking.
Yeah, could always be the drugs, but she sounds amazing, and
she was wonderful. She was always very kind to all of us.
Yeah, you got along well?
Yeah, we're sad that we lost her.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes. Well, thank you for your music. It's very lovely.
Thanks.
I'm going to go now. But it was nice speaking to you. And
yeah, it's good speaking to you
your
too.
Your friends. He turns and scurries up the lane.
That's good to know.
You're very magnetic.
Thanks. I try. I don't try too hard, but I try a little bit.
So you think that music you heard was maybe that kind of talent, device?
Yeah, it could have been.
But did it kill an entire division of soldiers? Doesn't seem like the kind and gentle thing to do.
No, that's true.
I wonder what the deal is with this headmistress. If there's a secret that only she and Lorenza share, and then Lorenza goes missing. I kind of want to see what she's hiding.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe she's not going to expect us to know anything about the music device either. It's something good to keep in the back pocket.
We might have to press her on it if it's such a high value item. She might be cagey. Suppose there's only one way to find out.
Let's go find out.
Okay.
Can we ask around just a bit and ask for directions to the headmistress's office?
Oh, yeah. You get directions to the college. From there, you can get information about the headmistress. The grounds of the Lumen College are a sprawling set of white marble structures around a main domed building. You see dozens of students wearing scholars' robes. They're running here and there, begging for directions from various people. You guessing it's early on in term. Some of them are like crashing into each other and spilling scrolls all over the place as they run. Over the cobbles, you see an open atrium and a man sitting behind a desk. He is ancient, with a sort of a foamy white beard that tumbles down over his scrolls that he's working at, and he occasionally swipes at it to like knock it out of the way, but it usually somehow ends up back up on top of the table. People are running up to him and seem to be asking him for directions.
Excuse me, sir. Would you be able to direct us to the headmistress by any chance?
He looks up at you. What?
The headmistress. Headmistress Indiri.
1 second.
He looks down at his table and he pulls open a wooden box and removes a wax clogged ear trumpet, which he jams into his ear and starts rotating it towards you. It makes this kind of sound as he directs it at you, and he goes,
Hey, what do you want?
Kind sir, would you be able to direct us, please, to Headmistress Indiri?
Indiri, you're looking for the headmistress?
Yes.
Ah, well, let's see. Her schedule is very busy. Can I ask what this is in regards to?
Yes, it is very urgent. It concerns the well-being of 2 young women, urgently in need of care.
2 young women, urgently
and
in
one
need
of
of
her
care.
pupils, Lorenza Katai.
Oh. You have influenza and you could die.
Yes, if we don't see the headmistress immediately.
I don't want you near me if you have influenza.
No, it's not us with influenza.
Are you going to die soon?
Very soon if we don't see the headmistress, yes.
You should do something inspiring with your life if you're going to drop dead any moment. Look at me.
We plan to.
I'm
yes.
living the dream.
I sort of look about.
Yes. You look about for someone to save you from this crusty old bastard. And you see a woman, looks like a scholar who works there. She's wearing long sable robes with a little bit of like white fur trim. She's got a silver amulet, and she has platinum blonde hair that is starting to go white. And she comes up and she says, Mel, I'll take it from here. Hello. My name is Elsa Cadron. I'm one of the teachers here. Originally from Albion, that hence the accent. Sorry. How can I help you?
We are seeking to speak with the headmistress about Lorenza Katai and her 2 young tutees, Udena and Rosmala.
Yes.
Amontillado. Yes.
Is something happened to the 2 children?
Well, they are in most desperate need of care, and we believe that we can provide that care given the correct context and continuity with Lorenza.
Lorenza was an incredible student.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she was wonderful. She'll be sorely missed. You're looking for access to her notes?
Yes, that would be most helpful in making sure that the young girls have the greatest continuity of tutoring.
Regretfully, I cannot myself grant you access to her rooms, but Isabella can. Let me lead you to her. Can you make me a subterfuge roll, please?
You betcha. So, subterfuge, great. So 2d10 plus my... Okay, that is going to be a 21.
Okay, the 21. She nods. She pauses just slightly, but she continues on with you. She leads you into the larger domed building, up a narrow flight of stairs, and knocks on an ironclad, like an iron-bound door. You hear a voice say, "Come in," and she opens it, and there is a powerful, sort of squat woman in her mid-40s, little salt and pepper just starting to enter her black hair, and she's wearing glasses. She looks up at you all as you enter with sort of like a well-practiced commanding look, kind of assessing you in that way that teachers can. Her room has a long table in it with a clockwork representation of the city, including rails and little lights blinking, representing what you can only assume is the power grid in a weird way. Some of the lights are glowing amber, and a couple of them are glowing red. She says, "Thank you, Elsa. What is this in regards to?" Elsa says, "They're interested in Lorenza. They work for her family. I think they're trying to get her notes to train the young ones in the marks of etiquette education." She looks over. Martial prowess, apparently, has become part of it as well, and music.
Given recent events.
Isabella looks up at you and she says, "Very well. Come in. Sit down wherever you wish." You see that there are some stools and chairs.
Yeah, Danica sits.
"So, you work for her father?"
We hope to work for her father, and we understand we've been doing our research. We would never come to him unprepared. We understand that Lorenza was a very important part of these young girls' lives, and we would like to provide the best continuity. That is our belief.
Yes. I must say that, she originally wasn't due to even come here. When I say father, I of course mean her guardian. Her father, Lord Kitai, sent us money, and set this all up when she was very young, to become a student here. But when when they disappeared, she kind of glosses over the fact that they were probably assassinated. She says, anyway, you're looking for her notes, is that right?
Any notes or information that could help us reconstruct her work with the young girls, or really any of her work at all. It seems that they were being part of her work in some way.
I understand. Please, come with me. She stands and leads you up some stairs and along a long gallery. Faded paintings are on the walls of sort of like little post-Renaissance images, and some rather sophisticated schematics as well behind glass. And she leads you up to a sort of like a small attic area. And she pulls a key from around her neck and turns the key in the lock and opens a door into a very cramped space. You see a small cot, some chalkboards covered with figures and sums. There are some plain wooden boxes here and there. And it looks pretty well used and lived in. There are dozens of books, scrolls. There is a layer of dust over everything, as if it hasn't been touched in some time. She says, if you're working for them, take what you wish. Just let me know what you are taking, in case any of it needs to be removed from inventory.
Of course, thank you. Has anyone else been here since she...
No, she worked primarily with me, and sometimes with Elsa, but mostly with me. She had a very promising career. I'm not sure where she put her final project, but it's around here somewhere.
Thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, this is perhaps a sensitive subject, and perhaps a painful one, so please stop me if you wish, but everyone we talk to says she's gone, but no one has said what exactly happened to her. Do you happen to know? I only ask, of course, because the young girl's very traumatized by the entire event, and it would be helpful to us to know what happened.
She looks left and right a bit. Can you make me a charm roll?
Yeah. Gonna do these guys. Plus a D4. Cool. That's 12, 13, 20, 22.
22. Okay. She says, I can't tell you everything. Some of it is a little, strange. But, her body was found in an alleyway, torn apart, as if a beast had attacked her.
It's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear it. I'm sorry to bring it up. True.
No, it's all right. I'm sure that the girls will want to know eventually. I wouldn't tell Resmela. She's so young. And she's so nice.
Is this like a beast with claws or a beast with, like, claws?
She says, I am not sure. I didn't see the body. I just heard that they suspected some creature. We don't have wolves in the city, it's possible someone imported something from the south or the east, tiger or a lion, and it got free, but we haven't found the beast, or I haven't heard of the City Watch finding any sign of a beast.
Was anyone, did anyone investigate this? Was there like a doctor or?
Yes, they found that her body was ripped apart.
Okay.
It was.
Did she seem off at all to you? The last time you saw her, or the last few times, like she might have been scared or had something on her mind.
Walsh, can you make me an empathy roll?
That's a 20.
Okay, with a 20, she says, she sort of reads your demeanor as actually caring, because I kind of think that Walsh actually does care.
Yeah.
And she says, yes, she was getting more and more agitated. She was having nightmares, from what I understand. She saw a young man in a noble family, with a sister, but she said it was on something like a flying platform or something impossible. And she also saw a city of huge, like, vast buildings, bigger than anything anyone has ever constructed, and some very raucous music, from what I understand. Something that would not pass as opera in today's standards.
Kestrel clears her throat and looks down. He's like, I am no longer participating in this.
Yeah, speaking of music, does she have any favorite instruments, you think? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they would give the girls some comfort.
I know that they had some kind of lyre at the house, and the harp, some piano. They have a pianoforte there, violins, flutes, that sort of thing. Mean,
like, Lorenza, she have a favorite?
She liked the violin, from what I understand. Anyway, I'm very busy, so I am going to go back to my office. Please feel free to take whatever you want, and find one of my assistants. Not Merle. He won't understand you.
He did have the pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Of course. I will leave you to it. She nods, shuts the door behind you, and says, just lock it. Just turn the latch. It'll lock itself. So as you stand there alone in this dusty attic room, you get the sense that this room was very well loved. She loved coming here. Like, you see that, like, blankets are nested up, candles burned down to the nub. She definitely spent many, many nights, like, late reading and playing music. As your eyes sort of rove over the sums, you see some rudimentary quantum mechanics and strange figures. If any of you want to roll temporal lore or education, you can.
A 14 education.
With a 14, you know that she was working on something. She's working on some very advanced scientific sums, more advanced than anything in this time period would allow. It seems like whatever it was had to do with almost like radio waves, but slightly different. With 14, that's all you get. Roswell, what did you get?
11.
You're not really able to pick up much from this.
It's just happy to look at all the books.
Yep. Are you guys going to start searching through stuff?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I get insight checks from everyone?
That's a 20.
I'm at a 22.
22.
13.
Okay. Kestrel, you're not really finding too much here. You're just sort of looking around. Danica, when you say 20, you mean like you rolled 2 10s or 20 in total?
No, I wrote 8 8, and then add my 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So 20 total.
So you three convert after like going through several of these wooden boxes. You find one that looks like it's been jammed under her bed. All three of you kind of find it at the same time. You pull it out and you hear this sort of gentle, almost like a tinkling sound from within, like metal scraping against stuff. And you gingerly open the box, and inside you see what looks like a cylinder, almost like the cylinder of a music box. These metallic prongs come up and point inward. You see that there are several crystalline shapes attached here and there, and there is a small engine that, like, almost like a battery-operated engine on it. And there looks like there's a sort of a switch to prime it and then to set it off. But it looks almost like part of a music box.
Part, though, not a full.
No, like it doesn't have the box mechanism, but it has the elements that, like, you know, make sound as these little, like, pick things kind of go over the protrusions and holes, as it were.
Robbie, have you ever had prophetic dreams?
No. I'm starting to get a little bit worried, though, because, you know, these other two did. Maybe that's just what happens before the end.
Well, it's not going to be the end, because we'll beat up anyone who comes near you, but I wonder, I mean, if the problem we're here to address, they have science they shouldn't have yet, is because she could just glimpse the future. I think we're SOL. We can't go and kill someone who's already dead. And even if she's alive, I would love to not have to kill anyone else. This feels messy.
Yeah. This is just like, it's not gonna blow up or nothing if I try and play.
You don't see any demolition elements there.
All right, let's try and play the music box.
Okay. You pull it to the side, and then push it, the handle. Slowly, the cylinder starts rotating. The prongs move almost like they have these, like, adjustable elements, so it can move up and down. It's not on a set path, and you're not sure what's commanding it to just, like, extend and contract to, like, find different notes. But it feels like it's different every time in a weird way. The music flows out over you. 3 of you just find a nice, if not sad, kind of dirge. And you're standing there just sort of, like, listening to it. It's nice. It's not, like, horribly remarkable. And then when you look over at Robbie, you see that his eyes are dark and he is not responding. Robbie, as the music flows over you, the world around you vanishes instantly. You find yourself standing on a piece of obsidian voidstone, surrounded in the void. Before you, a black, glassy surface, almost like infinitely tall as a building, stands before you. And as you stand there, you feel this cold chill settle in on your bones. One by one, several red eyes appear behind the glass.
Remnant soul, have you come to free me?
Who is it that I am talking to?
I am Chiron.
Chiron.
As you watch, you see these sort of, like, metallic claws appear on either side, just sort of like behind the glass, and you feel this almost like the sensation when claws are on a chalkboard as it slowly drags it down one side.
He shivers and kind of tenses up.
It was foretold. 3 souls to free me.
Yeah,
My servants
your servants
have
are
promised me.
working on that, I think.
Free me.
How?
It sort of like raises its eyes, and you can see this long, horrible, like half wolf, half lizard muzzle, glittering fangs, and this like lolling, jet black tongue just sort of like licks up the glass for a second, and it says,
Your souls will free me.
He backs away a little bit.
Can you make me a grit save?
Sure. Where's my grit? Oh, cool. That's the not best one.
It's difficulty 20.
No, yeah, no, I don't. Nope. Let's
Okay.
see, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got an 11.
Okay. So, Robbie, the ground rumbles around you. You see sort of cracks. And, like, as you're backing up, suddenly this wall of stone erupts behind you, and you, like, hit it with your back. You don't remember when you started screaming, but you are screaming. You guys, back in the real world, Robbie's mouth opens, and you see, like, terror start taking over his face.
Hey.
Robbie. I'll shake him.
Okay.
I'm slapping his face.
Okay.
Is he still holding the music box piece?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and just slap it out of his hands.
Okay. So it hits the ground. One of the crystals misaligns. Robbie, you are back in the room with your friends.
So
Just to say, and hits your face.
And your face is hurt. You don't know how.
He's like still for a second, and then he just starts like shaking and crying.
Hey, we're here. It's okay. You're safe. Robbie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is it? But I'm back. I'm back now.
You're back. You're
Yes,
safe.
You never
We're all
left.
here.
You were here the whole time. What?
No. I wasn't. The thing, the big fucking mouth and eyes all over the place. Oh shit.
Where'd you go?
I don't know. It was just, like dark. I guess I don't know where it was. It's like black glass. I guess. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Just take a breath. Well, anything. Do you think there's a bar downstairs we could get to?
It's
Yeah, you could probably find a tavern nearby.
Why don't we go somewhere quieter? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you guys taking any notes? You gonna grab some stuff?
Did we find anything that seems?
Yeah, I mean, you found general notes, basically what she had been training the girls in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking the box with you? Yeah. Okay. It seems to be broken, so you might have to repair it somehow. All right. You guys get directions to the nearest watering hole, and you find yourself in a smoke-filled tavern. Still pretty early,
we do
but
lock
people
the door,
are.
By the way.
Yeah.
And on the way out, we do tell, if no one else is around, we'll tell
Merle. You find a young student who's able to help. She takes the key and she says she'll bring it back to the headmistress. In this tavern, you have various soldiers, a couple of people that look like they've just come back from a really early or a late night fishing trip. And you find a nice cozy corner. A guy walks up and says, what do you have? Wine, ale?
Wine. If you have anything fortified wine, that would be one. What
Fortified?
Sort of, yes, if you have it.
Sure. Fortified. He comes back a little while later with a couple of glasses of wine.
I push them towards Robbie.
Did we just checking? Did we get local currency from Naito?
Yeah.
Okay.
People are smoking in here.
Yep.
So is Robbie.
Okay.
He just kind of like reaches over to whoever is next to him and like collects a hand. Like, give me this. I need this. It was I went somewhere else. Like, it was like this black glass, and then I saw a bunch of eyes, red eyes. And this thing, it was called Chiron. And it asked if I was gonna free it. And no, I didn't know how to do that. It said its servants was gonna make sure it got freed because of the remnant soul thing, and that there's 3 of us, and that they gotta collect our souls, and then they free this thing. It has some kind of horrible mouth, like a, I don't know, wolf and a lizard kind of thing. And then I said I didn't know how to do that, and then it just kind of like I couldn't get away from it. And something happened. I was just screaming.
Who has the highest temporal lore? I'm guessing it's Walsh.
Yeah, I have 7.
Okay. Can you roll me a temporal lore roll, and you can add your 1d6 from your Codex bracer.
Also, Robbie's gonna kind of put a hand on his forearm and say, like, if there's anything that you know about this, if you could just, like, I don't know nothing about this kind of thing, but if you could just think really hard for me, I would really appreciate that, Angel. And he's gonna give him an inspiring candle for an extra D4.
Woohoo!
Walsh is so pink. Alright, so that's a total of 28.
28, okay.
Yeah.
As you're looking through the Codex bracer, faster than your speed reading is faster than most people can read. You find a great deal of ancient lore about this this creature. Chiron is rumored to be a trapped void walker. Void walkers are sort of like demigods. They live out in the void. You read that it was imprisoned. It was imprisoned by another Voidwalker, Achelios, because it was rumored that this beast was going to be powerful enough to slay Achelios. It was trapped, and 3 keys were sent out into the void. Basically, 3 keys that, if returned, would shatter its prison, enabling it to escape and kill Achelios. It's also heavily suggested that once it was done with Achelios, it would continue destroying whatever it felt like. It's basically like a massive, like hellhound kind of creature.
So, we definitely don't want to free this guy. Remember that Voidwalker we just learned about, the one related to Crabman, Achelios? This guy, this Chiron, worse than Achelios. Big hellhound, sealed away by Achelios, who he was going to murder. And there were 3 bees sent into the void when Chiron was imprisoned. And upon the return of those keys, he's free, and it's Achelios first, and rampant destruction past them. So the silver lining is we potentially have an ally in Achelios. But he is the crab maker guy. So pros and cons. It's not hopeless, and we're not giving you to him, regardless.
So there's 1 key left, and that's me.
Well, maybe 2. I don't know.
Lorenzo's.
Danica grabs a glass of the wine that she pushed over to Robbie previously and just downs it. It says, Clarence, are you here? Can you hear us?
Walsh, you feel Clarence's presence again, and you see him standing next to Danica.
Have you seen this in Clarence?
Clarence says, Walsh, will you be so kind as to answer for me?
I mean, I can, or if you want to hop on.
No, I don't want to make a habit of that.
All right, yeah, I'll translate.
What was your question, Danica?
Just if he had seen this wolf creature, this wolfy lizardy Chiron creature.
He says, I saw it several times in my dreams. I think I was dreaming about the other remnant souls. I don't know what it means, though. I think Mother and Father were planning on bringing me to this thing, if that's what it needs to be free. And I'm guessing someone, or either they were preparing Lorenzo for the same, maybe something stopped it, the process. I think they were trying to contain me, though, Mother and Father. I love you more than their influence on me. But it's possible that my presence will put you in danger.
Already in danger, if you hadn't noticed. No, thank you. And what of this that her body was ripped apart to shreds by some beast? Is it possible this beast did it? Or a beast like it?
He says, well, it probably wasn't that crab creature. That would probably be noticeable as a pincer. That sounded like claws and fangs.
Robbie drinks the other glass of wine.
Could be. Said it could be some other kind of void creature.
Said it had servants, kind of like all around.
We've been caught up in some void war.
Unless your parents are this thing's servants.
No, thought had occurred too. Got
like cultists and things like that. That's what took me from home.
Should we try to find out more about Achilles? Apparently Calvert was involved with him somehow, I presume.
You do know that Calvert spent a lot of time at the Onyx Arena. You might be able to find some evidence there.
With Calvert, right, we found several of his equipment had been tampered with, destroyed, but presumably willingly by him.
Yes.
So I wonder if Byron's going to have a whole posse, and Achelios is going to have a whole posse, and there are going to be so many people caught in the middle. But I feel like we could have allies there.
Well, it sounds like only 3 people were up for grabs, right?
Seems like.
Yeah.
It seems that 2 have already been.
Yeah. It kind of felt like, I don't know if they gotta collect our souls, or if it's more of if we die, then that's enough. But he said that when he gets our souls there, that's when he can, be free.
Sounds like they need to be delivered. Presumably by my parents.
If they was trying to contain your brother, probably.
I'm not the religious or scientific sort yet or anything, but so your brother's a soul still. Lorenza we haven't found, but we saw maybe some of the influence of her soul drifting about. So
We certainly seem to have heard some music, some very powerful music.
if we can, make sure all of you retain your autonomy, don't get bottled up like genies.
How do you avoid something like that?
Well, first we keep you alive. That's the first step.
Let's do that. I don't want to die.
No, won't let that happen.
All right.
Well, even if you did, and then we bottled your soul first and kept it for ourselves, it would still be successful.
It won't come to that. Of course it won't come to that.
Thanks.
Sorry, I did it again.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't have anybody, to stick on. So probably we should just keep me alive. Let's go with that one.
Okay. Are you guys going to head over to the Onyx Arena, or are you going to prepare for the party tonight?
I head to the Onyx Arena if it's still early enough.
Yeah,
in the day.
it is. Yep. Okay. You guys head south, navigating around the various canals and bridges, always keeping a watchful eye on possible attackers beset against Robbie. You arrive at this massive circular structure, a lot of marble columns and brick, and these sort of vast archways into this central arena. As you guys enter, you smell a lot of like spicy foods. You smell sour ale on the pavement and the cobblestones, and you hear people shouting inside. As you enter the arena, you see two combatants are just finishing up. Someone with a short sword and a shield versus someone with a battle axe. The axe is like swinging high just as this person ducks under and does a killing blow to the other person's midsection. Both collapse, and the crowd erupts, some of them screaming, "No!" and some of them being like, "Ah!" Someone at the sort of like in the arch walks up and says, are you here to fight, or are you here to bet? Or are you just here to witness?
Robbie's gonna sort of try and turn Walsh away towards him, like, maybe this one doesn't witness. turn.
Well, it's just like, this is just like when we first met.
Turn to Kestrel and just kind of raise an eyebrow. Here to fight or here to bet?
Oh, here to fight.
Here to fight.
You don't know me, but you will. I'm an undefeated champion.
Oh, okay. Sure. You're here to fight. What name should we put you under?
Talon.
It's a little derivative.
Famous last words.
Okay. He writes it down. He says, are you looking for a starter fight or something a little more advanced?
Oh, no. Put me in there. Something more advanced.
Okay.
I'm not a rookie. I'm undefeated.
I understand. How much do you want to put down on yourself?
How much local currency puts to it?
You guys have like 5.
He made fun of my name, so I'm gonna put down like 3.
Okay. He looks at the coin, he's like, oh, alright. Okay. I see where this is going. This is your life savings, isn't it? You're about to lose it all. Maybe not.
You wish.
I don't wish anything, just so long as you have a good show. Are these your next of kin?
Why not?
Yeah.
Take my whatever 5 local currency out of my pocket and I sort of push it towards him also.
Oh.
I'm also pushing it down a bit.
Okay. We're getting some real action here.
No concerns that we're going to lose it. And I also was looking for my friend Calvert because he told us he'd be here to see her.
Calvert, that poor lovesick fool.
Liked it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hasn't he been telling me?
Oh, sorry. Am I about to ruin everything for him?
No, please,
have you been courting him, or has he been courting you?
Not exactly. It's complicated.
Your relationship is complicated. I've had complicated relationships, so I lost my eye.
Yes, that can be how it goes.
It's pretty complicated.
What happened?
Well, I had an eye for details until I didn't. And, she had a knife. That was a detail I missed.
So you have a habit of underestimating women.
Yes, apparently I do. And, this isn't me winking. Even though it looks like it.
Slow burner, this one.
Anyway, yes, Calpert. You were asking about Calpert. Well, he had a bit of a gambling problem. I'm sure you already knew about that.
What?
Yes. He was strangely usually flush for cash, but he'd lose it all every time. He liked to bet on. Well, he thought he had some sure things, but he never did. Anyway, he were in love with a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know. I didn't actually see her ever. But it was one of the teachers from that college they got over there.
Oh. What, the young one? You never saw her.
I didn't see, but someone told me it might have been that headmistress. I was really surprised, considering maybe all that academia, and she's just got to cut loose, come here and shout and bet and drink like a fish.
That sounds very
He came here.
Oh, aye, that's what I've been told. I mean, Calpert, he's been around for a little while, and he's, like I said, he usually loses. But apparently he turned it around love-wise, I guess, you know.
Sounds very much like him. Thank you for sharing that.
If you see him, tell him he still owes us quite a bit of money.
Yes, I'll be sure. I mean, of course, he owes me a great deal of money as well.
Oh, that's the nature of your relationship.
I mean, one aspect of it.
One aspect. Very complicated, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Huh.
He once claimed he could arm wrestle a bear. He lost that day, too.
I don't doubt it. Oh, Calpert. Huh.
Yes. Anyway, Talon, you want to go up soon? You feel fresh? Ready to go?
Always.
Okay. The loading area is right down there. He points down some stairs. He says, they'll shout your name. Just tell the announcer on your way in.
Do you have a bear?
Well, someone brought in a bear. It was being kept. It was being kept. Sometimes we don't like to use animals, but every once in a while people demand it. It's sad. I like animals. I don't want them to fight, but
Okay, that's one redeemable quality. Brownie point to you. I'm gonna head down now.
Okay. You head down. I'm gonna open my eye because oh my gosh. Yeah, you find an announcer. And give your name.
Does the announcer react similarly to the name?
The announcer he says, what is your name? Talon?
Yeah, Talon.
Okay, Talon. Yeah, it's a good name. You're sitting there and you look to your left and you see a cage that indeed contains a large bear. The bear looks up at you.
Kestrel realizes in this moment she is a huge animal person and goes over to the cage and is like, well, hello.
You notice that the bear does have several scars on it. Its fur is a little matted with some dried blood here and there. It looks up at you and it goes,
I get the feeling I'm taking you.
You say that and the bear kind of goes, and he bumps the cage a little, trying to looks like he wants to bump his head into you.
Kestrel's gonna press a hand to the bars to scritch its head.
It leans into. It looks like this creature doesn't get a lot of kindness. It goes.
Oh yeah, you're mine now. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna take you home soon. Don't worry.
The announcer says, "Oh,
So you want to buy the bear?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick whoever's ass I have to kick. I'm gonna get my winnings and I'm buying the bear.
Okay, I understand. All right. He heads out onto the main floor, and he shouts with a vast, sonorous voice. He says, "Welcome to the arena! Those of you who have just arrived for the first time, we are having a new fighter here. Fighting the Russian. Yuri!" He shouts, and you see like a gate opens, and this guy comes out wearing kind of like a slight studded leather with a couple of chainmail elements on it, and a chained or a bladed chain in his hand. Fighting for the first time in the Onyx Arena, Talon! A gate opens up, and Joe, describe your entrance.
So Kestrel blows a kiss to her bear because it's hers now. And I'll be right back, boy. And then or you. And then so basically Kestrel just sort of shakes out her locks and like puffs out her chest and strides out. She pumps her waxwood spear like high into the air, and cheers for herself, even if there's like 3 people cheering along.
Do any of your party members want to do anything to try to erase the pomp and circumstance of this situation?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Robbie definitely wants to make noise and try and kind of like drum up noise amongst the drinkers and gamblers because they're easy targets.
Okay. Are you gonna like improvise like a quick song about Talon? Or are you gonna be like more of a leadership or more of a charm kind of situation?
He's gonna go into like kind of storyteller mode, like, you know, once I saw her fucking perforate this guy so fucking bad. Okay. He's gonna just basically talk up like all of the things that she has done previously and her gruesome defeats and basically how hardcore she is.
Make me a performance roll.
Okay. Where's my performance? There we go. All right. Say 7 and a 10, 17 plus 7, 24.
Okay. With a 24, the people are like, "Really? Really? Really? Ah!"
I believe it.
And they start screaming.
Yeah.
Is anyone else doing anything?
I will absolutely very well done, Talon. You go, and I'll also just say to others around me, she's undefeated. Just just saying stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So the crowd erupts into cheers. The drunks are like throwing the contents of their alcoholic beverages at Yuri. They're like totally into like whatever. Robbie has completely inspired them to be like, fuck this guy. As you both prepare to charge each other, spinning weapons, Yuri looks at you, Kestrel, and says, "You're going to die today."
Not if I kill you first.
Fair enough. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
No!
Gonna adopt a bear.
Got a whole spaceship. We got room.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear when you're like, by the way, Danica, we got a bear. Bye.
or when we meet back up with the rest of our crew.
Yeah.
Hey Rufus, don't freak out, but we have a new friend. We have a new roommate.
You're gonna have to buy a paradox suit collar for it, so it can go out on missions with you.
Oh my god.
Yes,
we're gonna have a bear.
It's every man harness, but it's a collar.
Yep.
And every bear.